have to deal with alongside I have to have.
Oh, okay. And then what happened? Nosy. Donoso, come here. What happened? And then, you remember when she was sick, right? That hurt your soul. For real? And then what happened? Okay. He want to tell y'all his story.
So, back to what I was going through.
And then what happened?
And then it started with my hands. And they told me I had, we're going to start over. We'll go home ahead and stop that. I'm Shanise.
And I'm Alicia.
And we're Sugar and Attitude. Okay, first we're going to start out by how nice my lips is.
They are popping.
They are popping. And hold on, let me give you who got me this popping lips. Hold on. That would be www.prettydaybeautybar.com. Here's her card. It's very, very cute. So please check out my girl. Hold on, let me read what she said, y'all. Hold on. My girl got the luxury version. Luxury version hair extensions, mink lashes, and cosmetics. So please go check out www.prettydaybeautybar.com.
And also, I think it's important. How does she spell day? Because it's not D-A-Y.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna spell it for y'all because we don't want y'all messed up. www.prettydaybeautybar.com.
And she also sells foundation, and that foundation is the truth. Go check her out, guys. It's also good for sensitive skin like myself. As well as, don't forget to check out lillianjane.net again.
Just go check out the website, y'all. Just check it out.
40%.
You get this lovely top.
This one, which you can custom make for your... You can custom make for your business, and 40% of the proceeds go towards funding after-school programs and the summer camps. Go check it out, guys. Thank you in advance. So, what are we talking about today?
Today, we're going to talk about RA, which is rheumatoid arthritis, which I was diagnosed with in March.
Okay. And diagnosed after how long?
2 years of excruciating pain.
And being misdiagnosed. I think that's important because a lot of times people think that when we say it took 2 years for her to be misdiagnosed, they think that she was not going to the doctor. She was going to multiple doctors, different kinds of doctors. I think at one point you even went to a neurologist because they were saying, or am I incorrect about that?
Yeah, I went to a neurologist for my migraines.
Okay, we're going to edit that out. I thought it would. My bad. But she saw multiple doctors, and you were diagnosed with things such as stiff shoulder?
Frozen shoulder.
I keep calling it stiff shoulder. Carpal tunnel. Never did, until we met Dr. Patel, did you get the workup that you needed to get.
Correct.
And I'll let you.
So about 2 years ago, it started with my left ankle, where it was just like hurting no matter what I did, walked, sat, it just always hurted. So I finally went to the doctor, and they was like, oh, you just have some chipped bone. They don't know why, but it's just something that either I'm just going to have to deal with. That's what it was. So then after a while, it started with my hands. Like I couldn't move them, or they were just so painful no matter what I did. They were so excruciating painful. So then after that, it started with my shoulders, where they was like, oh, you have frozen shoulder. They were giving me injections, doing all this stuff. But I was just dealing with it because I'm like, whatever they're doing is not working. But baby, let me tell you, my jaw locked up. Honey, I said, oh no, that's what we not go do is not have me be able to eat no food, baby. My jaw locked up. We had cooked a good meal that day and I couldn't eat it. Oh, that Friday I was at the doctor's, baby. Like, something ain't right. What's going on? Check me from head to toe, please. So I called my best friend, was like, what doctor want to go to? She gave it to me. By that Friday, I was in Dr. Patel's office. He did all my workup for me. And that's what my diagnosis. And I need people to understand that when you go to a doctor, if you don't feel comfortable with that doctor, don't go back. My first rheumatologist that I went to was horrible. If you go into the doctor's office and you don't feel comfortable, or that doctor's just not listening to you, find you another doctor.
Definitely.
I went to a doctor. As soon as I walked in the door, they was like $350. They hadn't checked me. They don't even know what I was there for. So I seen the PA. She was just not listening to me. I cannot take prednisone. It makes me deathly sick. This heifer caused me a prescription for prednisone. So after that, they wanted me to have all these tests done, but they didn't want me to have the test done that my insurance would cover. They wanted me to have the test done in their office that I had to pay out of pocket, which was another $200. So I was like, no. So I left, canceled all my appointments that I had there, called my insurance company, asked them who can I see around here where I live at, and they gave me Dr. Lopez Armstrong. When I tell you she is heaven sent, she got me together, baby. Awesome. It's been 2 weeks with no pain. Yay! I do an injection every Wednesday, and I take a steroid called Rayos, which that was a mess. When she called in my prescription, the lady called me and told me my insurance denied it, and that if I wanted to get it, it would be $3,000 a month for a 30-day supply.
That's a lot. I want to back up.
Who gonna do that?
I want to back up a little bit in regards to picking the proper doctor. So Dr. Patel originally, and again, Dr. Patel is an amazing doctor, guys. When I say he's going to check you from the rooter to the tutor.
He knew. He was like, why you biting inside your mouth?
Yes.
That's how thorough
you have a hangnail. He asks you when you going to get it. Like, he is an amazing doctor. So when he recommended the first rheumatoid arthritis, we were excited because we thought they were going to be similar. Don't know why, but we thought, okay, he knows what he's talking about. We're going to go see this new rheumatoid arthritis doctor. When we got there, from my point of view, when we got there, the moment we walked in, and anybody who knows us know how protective we are of each other. If you don't know, watch previous video above. But anywho, we walked in, and again, it was, hey, how are you? And she was like, oh, and you could tell she was struggling. Fill out this much paperwork. She couldn't write. It had got to a point where her hands were locking, and she couldn't write. So I'm looking at the lady like, okay, so we start to fill out the paperwork, and it was, again, didn't ask her who she was seeing, didn't ask her why, just, it's going to be it was almost $400.
Yeah, it's like $358 or something like that.
It's going to be that. You have to pay that before you can even be seen. So, again, we were blessed enough to have it, but what if someone isn't? What if someone didn't have that? And pretty much, we would have had to reschedule. Oh, all right. So we pay that. We get to the back. The nurse was actually really sweet.
She was.
The nurse was fantastic. Like, talking to us, and we had a really good time with her. And then in comes the PA, I think it was. I wanted to fight her.
The only thing she did was explain to me what RA was.
Yes.
Which basically is my body is fighting my joints. Mm-hmm. So it basically thinks that my joints don't belong. So they basically flare up to where I'm not able to use them, or it's just excruciating pain. Mm-hmm. To the point where either it affects my walking, it affects me moving, it just affects my whole day to day.
Yes. So she did do that. We'll give her that. She did do that. But then again, she said, she talked about the medication. The first time she mentioned prednisone, my sister right away said, I can't take that. Oh, well, why can't you take it? She explained to her the reaction that she has. Oh, okay, well, yeah, no, we don't want that to happen. But then she talked about it again. Well, this is how the treatment works. We start you on this, which is prednisone, and then we move you up to another medication. Again, I can't take that. Now, mind you, at this point, I'm still filling out her paperwork because that is how much paperwork she had to fill out. And I get it. Every time you go to, please don't misunderstand. We understand the process of going to a doctor, and especially when you're a new patient. We understand that. But it was the vibe. It was, and when you walk into a place when you're wanted and when you're not wanted, and when it's just an agenda. It wasn't about being comfortable. It wasn't about any of that. And I'll explain the difference between that doctor and when we walked into Dr. Lopez's office, how different it was from the beginning. So getting back to this doctor, at this point, I think we're on the 4th time you've mentioned you can't have prednisone. And I'm like, ma'am, like she can't have that. Oh, well, this is the treatment and, it's a mild, I think at one point she said it's a low dosage, but it's still, okay. So
but I was going to get a high dose though, because I was going to taper off.
Right.
With the medication.
Right. So then, okay, we're going to need to get these tests done. There were 2 tests mainly. One was a liver function test, which you would think would be the first test that they want her to take, because
I needed to have that before I can start on methotrexate,
which is the treatment that got you together right now, right?
Yes.
Okay. So, that was one test, and the other one was what, a TB test.
Yep.
The test for the liver, she would have had to go to a what is it? Quest? You would have had to go away.
Lab court.
A lab. She would have to go to a lab for that test. The test for TB, which was not an emergency at that moment, was done in their office. They scheduled that one first. Well, they tried to schedule that one first.
They wanted me to have it done that day, but it takes 3 days, and no one was going to be there because I was being seen on a Friday.
Right. So that one was the one that cost. That was the one that billed directly to the office. That was the one they were pushing. When I say pushing it. And I'm like, well, what about the liver function test? Oh, yeah, we'll get that one done, but she can't have her meds until she gets that one done. Oh, yeah, but she'll come back next week, which would have been another payment. Instead of just, let's get this test done first while the lab is open, and you can start your meds. So again, I'm like, okay, again, I've seen my sister in pain for 2 years now. We know what's going on. You're telling us that we can have a solution, but you're postponing it for a test that's not as necessary as this liver function test. Okay. So she knows that I'm getting upset. I know she's getting upset. The nurse that was the reception, I don't want to give her a title because she already thought she was the end all be all.
Which one?
The long hair one, the one that I was like, where's her prescription?
Was she pregnant?
Was it? Was she
pregnant?
I was about to fight a pregnant lady.
Maybe because it was 2 of them.
The one that was the first one that told us to sit in that back room, and then
the one who had on the club outfit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So so at that point we were just like, we'll schedule it for next week. I knew we weren't coming back because I see my sister face, so I knew we weren't coming back. So it was like, we'll schedule it for next week.
As soon as I got home, I canceled all the appointments.
So I told her that. I said, oh, she's supposed to get a prescription. She was like, oh yeah, we'll get it. At this point, we're frustrated. We walk out. I'm like, oh wait, you didn't get your prescription. So I walk back in. I'm like, she didn't get a prescription. Oh, I sent it to what did she say? I sent it
to the pharmacy.
She sent it to the pharmacy.
Which was prednisone.
Which they said prednisone. Which she can't take. So that was that first initial, and then walking to the car, it was balling. This is 2 years
frustrated.
This is 2 years of just pain, and now we finally got an answer, and you're not giving her what she needs to function.
Basically felt as though I was there, but I didn't have a solution to my problem. Mm-hmm. And at that time, I was very swollen, like my hands were swollen, I couldn't move them. And my ankles were swollen.
It was bad.
So he basically told me my long-term outcome of the disease, but didn't give me a solution to the problem. Mm-mm. So I found Dr. Lopez, which is really close to home, and I made my appointment. When I called, the office was awesome. She was so sweet. I got my records sent over. We were good. The night before I went to see Dr. Lopez, I had the worst episode I've ever had in my life. I literally could not walk.
Was that the night Mommy called me?
Yes.
Okay.
This was the night, it was my hip, my left side hip. It felt like I was on fire, and it was like burning. And whenever I would try to walk, my leg would give out. So me calling my mama, bawling my eyes out. And let me tell you, my mama she be deaf as all get out.
Sorry, Mom, but
she
you need to get your hearing
deaf. And I'm calling, I'm bawling. And she like, what's wrong? What's wrong? And I'm telling her, and she like, huh? I'm like, I can't deal with this right now. So I literally could not go 2-3 steps to the bathroom, and I had to pee.
So, insert mom calls me. Now, mind you, it is 3 o'clock in the morning.
It is.
Okay? I think I was working from home the next day because I was going to your appointment with you.
Yes.
So that wasn't a big deal. But my mom calls me. I automatically think someone died. Because why would she be calling me to tell me that my sister, who's across the hall, is crying and can't, So I pick up, I'm like, Mom, what's going on? What's going on? And when we hurt, our mother genuinely hurts.
She loses it.
Honey. She can't take it. So I pick up my mother sniffling. So she's crying. So I'm like, Lord, who done died? Lord, who died? And she said, your sister fell.
I did.
Now, I'm a hard sleeper, but I'm like, I usually hear. So I'm like, I didn't hear him bark. I didn't hear him. So I'm like, okay, Mom. And she like, go help her, go help her. So I get up, I run in there, and my sister's up, but she's crying. And I'm like, what's going on? How did you fall? And she looked at me like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, dude, Mommy said you. And I'm in my mind, I was like, dude, Mommy said, now mind you, she's in pain. So in my mind, I'm like, why would you call Spaz-Alicious Lisa before you came and got me?
I had a flare up in my arms, and it was like so painful. My mom sat on the phone with me, knowing she had to be to work that next day. She sat on the phone with me for hours, just talking me and calming me down. I assumed it would be the same thing this time. No.
Insert all types of panic. And so they get to go to the restroom.
I did.
So I help her get to the restroom, help her get back to the bed. And I think I slept.
You did.
We slept with you that night. Lay in the bed with her. But we really didn't go to sleep. But I fell asleep a couple times. I'm not going to lie.
Because I had no relief. Yeah. Laying on the opposite side, it was just no relief. It was just like my leg was just there, but it wasn't there. And it was just like excruciating pain.
Yeah. That, I think, was the worst.
That was my worst.
That was the worst. And thank goodness we were going to see Dr. Lopez the next day. But in my mind, I was nervous because we had already went to a rheumatoid arthritis.
Right.
And it was horrible experience. There was no help getting in the door. It was horrible. And I say that because we pull up to Dr. Lopez, and I'm trying to help her get to the door, and a gentleman whom
was just out, he was with his wife.
Yeah.
She was inside and he was outside on the phone.
So this is individuals that understood. So he sees us, he comes, he helps us
into the doctor's
office. The moment we walked in there was the warmest welcome and feeling from everyone, from the nurses to the receptionist, down to Rocco, who's their dog. He's so cute.
He has a little puppy that comes in and sits with you and chats.
So we walk in, we got the paperwork, but I think at one point she was like, it's no rush, take your time.
And it wasn't as thick as the other doctors.
It wasn't by any means. The other doctor, I think, wanted to know what you ate, and it was...
What college and high school I went to.
It was crazy.
The hell?
It was crazy. But Dr. Lopez's office, take your time. She couldn't walk.
I couldn't walk because it was so painful. She made sure that she got me to the first room. Mm-hmm. She was like, hold on, let me clean out the first room so that I wouldn't have to walk too far.
Right. Whereas the other place is, once you got into the building, was like, and I know they have no control over that, but there were no wheelchairs accessible at either. Not that you would have gotten in them, because we already have this conversation all the time. But Dr. Lopez was just a warming feeling. So we get in the room, they fill out, they do what they have to do. Dr. Lopez enters. Sent from heaven, guys.
Mm-hmm. When I told her, first thing she was like, prednisone. I was like, can't take that. She was like, oh, what happens? And I'm explaining to her what happened. She was like, oh, okay. So she put me on Rayos, which it's a steroid, but it's a release. It like gives you a little bit throughout the day. So, cause I take 2 pills twice a day. Mm-hmm. So it's a release. So I'm always getting that medication all the time.
And not only that, when we left, they had already given her a shot before we left.
Yeah, she did. She gave me 2 shots.
And this was after, she's just so personable. She came in, she's checking her, And again, my sister was in pain. She couldn't
even
get on
get
the
on
table.
the table. But she was like, oh no, but we need you to get up on this table. But she was like, oh no, but we need you to get up on this table. So her and Alicia helped me get up there.
And when I say help, that doctor rolled up her sleeves and was like, you like, come on, we got you.
I want to check you. I want to make sure, see what's going on. So after that, she had the nurse come in. She gave me a shot to like try to take the edge off. So she gave me a steroid shot and she gave me one for the pain, I believe it was. Yeah. And then I had to go have like $2,000 worth of blood work.
It was a lot. Like head to toe, front to back.
She took so much blood out this arm here, it ran out. I ain't had no more blood. She was like, oh, I never had that happen before. So she had to do the other arm.
Yeah, it was a lot.
But it was nice.
It was worth it though. And it was, the moment we walked in, she said, oh, sweetheart, you're a mess.
She did.
Like, she was like, but it wasn't like, bitch. It was like, sweetie, like, oh honey, my gosh. Like, we gotta figure this out. Yeah. She was like, it's okay. And she started to explain how we're gonna get her to feel better.
She's basically put me on a lot of medication for the first week to try to get the inflammation to go down and to not have me in so much pain so that I can at least function.
Yes.
So she did that. She gave me samples. She was like, because I don't know what your insurance is going to do. No, that's not when she gave me the samples. I had to go back that following week to see if I was doing better. My insurance hadn't approved none of my medication that she wanted me to be on. When I tell you she was hot, 2000, she was like, okay, let me send them a nice worded email. When I left there, my second visit, I had 4 packs of free shots
that she had to get.
That I had to do every Wednesday, and I had samples of the rails. And the rails is very expensive. For 120 pills, it's $10,000. Who got that? You don't know where I work at? I ain't got that.
Not monthly. It was
no, sir.
That, I think when we got that phone call, because originally we were told that her insurance didn't cover it.
And it was going to be $3,000
And it was going to be $3,000 a month for...
I politely called my doctor.
Yes.
She said, oh, don't worry about it. I got this. I'm going to work it out. I was like frustrated because I'm like, I started to finally feel better on the shot in the rails. So I'm sitting at work, my phone rings, and I answer it. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm answering my personal phone at my job. I know, hot mess.
Who don't?
But like, so I answered, and the lady was like, "Oh, this is the pharmacy. You know, we want to get your copay for your medication that Dr. Lopez ordered for you." And I'm like, "Is this CVS? Because you know that's who I use." She was like, "No, ma'am. Your doctor found us for you." I had to pay a $20 copay.
That's it, guys.
Versus $3,000 a month.
Yeah. So again, Dr. Lopez is a godsend. Okay. So the second
when I went for my second visit, my right knee was messed up. It felt like it was like twisted. So she was like, okay, well, we go do an ultrasound on it to see if you got any fluid. If you have fluid, we go drain it and see what's going on. She didn't see any fluid, but she gave me an injection. I was laying back. I felt it because it was hurting like hell. But I'm going to let her explain what she's seen on her end.
Okay, listen. Okay. I'm not squeamish around needles. I have tattoos. I've had blood taken. I've given IVs. I give her shots now every Wednesday. And we will insert a clip of the first time I had to do that because I was nervous. But now I'm a pro at it.
She is.
But
when your sister has to give you an injection,
dude,
is she reading directions?
I'm just making sure. Okay, you want it in your stomach or your thigh?
My thigh.
I would need to clean it with, you may experience some bruise, some redness, and some tenderness. That ain't got shit to do with me. I did not do it wrong. Okay? Difficult sight each time, blah, blah. Okay, we gotta do an upper thigh right here. Okay, remove yellow cap. Okay, get area prepared. Do not touch any. Who the fuck would touch a needle? Why would I touch? Okay. Do not replace cap after remove. Why not? The needle gonna be.
I'm gonna have to get one of those red buckets.
We need one of the sanitizer things. What is it called? Hazardous material. Okay, we got hazardous material. We can need one of them hazardous material things.
I probably could order one off Amazon.
We can get one at CVS down the road.
Oh, really? Oh, cool.
Prepared injection.
Considering I don't know how long I'm gonna be on injections.
Okay. All right. 90-degree angle. Ooh, I was bad at geometry, but I think I got it. Okay. All right, for real. All right, hold for 5 seconds. Oh yeah, because she said I hear a click, and don't release it till I hear the click. Okay.
I didn't hear a click when she did it.
You hear it's like a snap. It snaps back. So, because if I pull it, she said, I remember. I got it.
I heard her say the medication will spill out.
We don't want that either. You got literally. You got enough. You ain't got that much.
Yeah, she said she think they gonna have to up it.
Oh Jesus. Okay. All right.
Here you go.
That was not how that said do that. Lord. Okay. All right. I'm removing the top. Okay. Put your leg up here.
No, it gotta be down.
No, the leg is bent.
Oh, okay.
I read the directions.
It wasn't bent when she did it. I was just,
You was in house.
Oh, that's what she did it right there.
Okay, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Area for a good 10 minutes. And when I say alcohol, iodine, she froze it. Yeah. So when she froze it, I was like, oh, that's different. Like, why is she freezing it? Like numbing it in the, It
was cold.
But it was like a topper number. I don't know if that's. It was she numbed the outside of it. So I'm like, oh, that's different. Like, I've never seen anyone have to numb someone for a shot. And then she pulled out that needle. And again, I know she can't see it. So I'm like, literally like, and the doctor looked at me like, and I'm like, oh my word. That needle, guys, was the needle. And it was just the fluid. And I'm like, oh my word. Like, I'm like, she is about to like.
And I don't squirm or I can like take needles. But that medication, baby, that she put in there, oh Lord.
Yeah.
It was burning. And she said, it's gonna burn. She ain't lied.
Yeah. So
it was fire. Yeah, it was burning.
I love Dr. Lopez again because she didn't feel the needle until it was halfway in her leg. Because she didn't say ow until I was close to passing out. Like, she was like,
when
ow.
I felt the medication
and I was like,
there.
Like, you just not feeling that. So I was like, okay, that would explain why she, numbed it and everything. Because that needle was no joke. And she did it so smooth. And again, she put the medication in to the point where you could see the medication, like, go into it. And again, I'm like, oh my word. But she took it like a champ. Like she's been doing it. She dealt with it. She took it in. We got her up and headed on our way.
Yeah.
That was what, your second visit?
That was my second visit, yeah.
So by your fourth visit, you were feeling it. By your third visit, you were feeling it.
Yeah, because I go now every 4 weeks to make sure that my medication is working and to see how my levels are doing. The first time I went, she said my levels were so crazy and out of whack because I had been dealing with it for 2 years and not knowing. But now she said my levels are getting better, still not to where she wanted to be. So I still have to take the steroid, but now as the weeks go on, I'll start tapering off. But I still have to do the injections at home every Wednesday.
Yeah.
And she said that's probably going to be for a while, which is the methotrexate. With methotrexate, as you can see, I'm sipping on this good coffee. You can't drink on methotrexate. You can't drink, and on the rails, you catch everything. As you can see, my voice is a little scratchy. My throat is killing me. Anything somebody got, I instantly catch it because my immune system is so shot right now. So I'm probably going to have to start wearing a mask, but I'm not going to record with a mask on. But folks be coming to work sick, and I don't miss no work.
Yeah. So when you were diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis, were you relieved or were you worried?
I was both, because I had a coworker that had it. Even though that was a really long time ago, I seen what she went through, and the part that scares me is the insurance. Like, if my doctor is telling you I need something, who are you as the insurance company to say that I don't?
And I think that's a huge problem in our country in general is healthcare, because we have to think that there's no doctor sitting on these boards. There's no, and please, guys, by all means, educate yourself as far as your insurance, because that could go wrong, and we could go on about this forever, so I'm gonna cut it short. But there's not actual physicians making these decisions. These are people making decisions based off the mighty dollar, and we all know how that works. So, by all means, do your research, understand what you can and cannot have, speak clearly and honestly with your doctor so they know how you feel, and understand that you don't have to deal with whomever they tell you to go see.
If you don't feel comfortable, get a second opinion. And if you have someone in your family that's elderly, that's going through something, look out for them, because a lot of times they don't have a lot of internet. They don't know how to do all that stuff to look up to see if what they're being told is true. I'm very internet savvy, so I knew that things weren't right with my body, but I just basically dealt with it because so many doctors told me different things that I had. They wanted to do surgery on my hands for carpal tunnel.
And that wasn't what it was.
And I was thinking about it, and then my cousin had it done, and she was like, "Manny, don't do it."
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, like, what if I would have done that? I would have done it for nothing, because that wasn't even what was wrong with me. So just look into stuff and know your body, and don't just take what these doctors say to heart. My one doctor who I love and miss so much in Illinois, he used to always say, "We practicing. We are practicing physicians."
Oh, Dr. Wu.
So don't, he said, "You tell me what's going on with you. You know your body, and then I can help you figure out what it is."
Yeah.
So he was like, "But we don't know everything."
Yeah,
so
that's
just
very important.
Know that.
That's very important.
If you got something going on with your body, don't ignore it for 2 years like my simple behind.
Well, I don't think you ignored it. I think you were misguided, because I think at one point it was,
I basically gave up because I was so frustrated.
Yeah.
My stomach is real
ask
disrespectful.
And for someone in my role where I'm supporting someone who's dealing with something, and not that she's fully functioning, able to do herself, but for a while she wasn't. So understand that there will be mood swings. They're in pain. Understand that there will be mood swings. There's times where I gotta count to 10, but it is what it is. Understand that a lot of times that person is in pain. You don't know. You can't tell them how they're supposed to feel. You can't tell them how to behave or what to do. You just have to be patient. And I know for myself, we're really go, go, go. So for a while there, it was kind of taking a step back and understanding that she may want to do something, but she can't. And just accommodating in that fashion. For me, I didn't understand rheumatoid arthritis when she first got diagnosed with it, so I had to look it up. And first of all, WebMD is the devil. Let's be 110%. That is the most horrible site, because it gives you too much information, but not enough at the same time. So it's like, oh yeah, this is going to happen, and then it doesn't tell you where to go from that point. So it was a little frustrating for me trying to figure things out, but asking more questions, going to the doctor's appointments with her has really kind of helped me understand what she needed at what times. What advice do you have for someone?
When you have it, when you having a good day, try your best to enjoy it. And enjoy the good days, so when you have the bad days, it don't make it seem so bad. Because you gonna have some bad days. Because I do. But I'm having more better days than worse days. So that's also good.
That is
because I've been 2 weeks with not pain. You know, my ankle still be on some nonsense, but my other body parts I can like move and not like work out more and not have as bad. But the thing you need to know is, you get some side effects with them medications, baby. I be having these leg spasms, child. But, just deal with it and try to stay positive.
Hydrate.
And as my friend Nicole say, write in your journal, girl. Write in your journal what you going through. So that way you can always know, like, so if your doctor asks you, well, how was this? And you'll be able to write it. So I've been trying to do that. But sometimes I'll be forgetting. because my mind be gone.
But yeah.
Because so much going on. But I'm in a place now where I can talk about it and deal with it without crying. And anybody who knows me knows I'm not a big crier, but honey, whew, it's been hard. But now I can actually talk about it and not break down and things of that nature. So I'm getting better. Hopefully I keep going this way. So
you will. We gotta
once I start tapering off of the steroids, but I'll still be getting the injection because it takes 3 months for the injection to get into my system. So I'm on 2 months, and I do it every week. So hopefully I'll start to taper off of the steroid next week, and then I'll still be doing the injection. So hopefully I'll still be feeling good and moving on.
We're good. So that is it for today's episode of Sugar and Attitude. Next week we will have some special guests for you guys. We are going to see our little Rashad. Remember when I used to have to chase you because you was fast? Okay.
Yeah, now he 18.
You were fast, but you. But now you're graduating, so we'll be there next week in Indiana. Mm-hmm. And next week's topic is friendship. So stay tuned for that. We'll have our special guest, of course, Rashad, and then Tia, whom to me I thought was a sister until about 8, because they were so close.
You see me, you seen her.
Yeah, so she's going. We're gonna talk about that.
It's 8 o'clock.
Oh. Don't know if you guys heard that, but my lovely system just told us it's 8 o'clock.
Yeah, we're filming a little late today, but yeah. So we'll see you guys next time. Thank you. As always, please like and subscribe and come back for more. Today was more of a serious topic, but we wanted to get that out because it's important to her, it's important to myself, and there's a lot of people out there that may not understand fully and feel like they are empowered enough to take control of their health and take control of you as far as whom they're being saw or whom they're being treated by, You do not have to accept the half-ass treatment that someone wants to give you because they're having a bad day or because they don't feel as though you're as important as the next person. Please understand that, and understand that having a support system and leaning on your support system is very important. And if you are that person's support system, patience and understanding is extremely important. Not understanding, you will never understand what that person goes through to the full extent, but try to understand that every day is going to be a good day. And if they're having a bad day, if you can't deal with being snapped on or whatever, keep your distance. But it is not easy on both parties a lot of times. But if you love that person, hang in there with that person and be there for that person.
Yes, and just try to get your health, try to stay on top of your health, and try to know your body. Yeah. If something's not right, don't let someone tell you that you're not going through what it is you're saying you're going through. Mm-hmm. Just speak up for yourself, because no one can speak up for you but you.
Very true.
So definitely do that. All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Bye, guys.
Till next week. Peace out.